You know what changed everything for me? It wasn't expensive pots or fancy containers. It was the moment I stopped seeing planters as just pots. I walked past my neighbor's garden one morning and I froze. She had boots hanging on her fence, actual rain boots, overflowing with petunias, and they were stunning. That's when it hit me. Planters don't have to come from a garden center. They can come from anywhere. Your garage, your thrift store, even your recycling bin. And suddenly, my whole garden changed. Hi friends, and welcome back to Daily Garden Fix. I'm so grateful you're here with me today. Whether this is your first time joining us or you've been with me from the beginning, thank you for being part of this community of gardeners who believe that beautiful spaces don't require bottomless budgets. Today, I'm sharing 15 brilliant planter ideas that will completely transform your outdoor space. These aren't your typical terracotta pots. These are creative, unexpected, conversation-starting planters that will make your garden feel unique, personal, and absolutely unforgettable. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now and ring that bell. These ideas are too good to miss, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll be looking at everyday objects in a completely different way. Let's dive into 15 planter ideas that will change your garden forever. Idea 1. Colander cascading planters. This idea started my whole planter obsession. I had an old metal colander in my kitchen, lined it with coconut coir, filled it with potting mix, and planted trailing petunias. Within 3 weeks, it was an explosion of color cascading through those drainage holes. What makes colanders perfect? Built-in drainage, no drilling needed. Vintage metal ones look charming hanging from hooks, but dollar store plastic ones work great too, especially spray-painted. I now have 5 throughout my garden. When I tell guests they're just old colanders, they can't believe it. Pro tip, use handles to hang them, or stack on upside-down pots for height. Cost $1 to $5. Idea 2. Wooden crate vertical garden. Short on space? Wooden crates with slided sides become amazing vertical gardens. I lined the back and bottom with landscape fabric, secured them to my fence, and filled them with potting mix. The slats became perfect planting pockets. I tucked lettuce, herbs, and trailing flowers into every opening. Within weeks, I had a living wall taking up 0 floor space. Stack them vertically, arrange horizontally, or create a grid, and the rustic charm makes any garden feel established. Secret? Plant shallow-rooted crops like lettuce in front pockets. Save the deeper interior for flowers. Last summer, I harvested fresh greens 3 times a week for under $20. Cost? $15 to $25. Idea number 3. Tire tower stacked planters. 3 old tires from my garage became my most surprisingly beautiful planter. I stacked them, filled them with soil, and painted the outsides bright, turquoise, coral, and yellow. Planted with trailing petunias and sweet potato vine, you couldn't even tell there were tires underneath within a month. Tires give you 8 to 12 inches of depth, perfect for most flowers and vegetables. Stack them from multiple levels without taking horizontal space. Pro tip? Cut the top inner ring off each tire for even more depth. Wrap it in burlap or rope to hide the tire completely. Cost? Free, your tires, or $5 to $10 for paint. Idea number 4. Rain boot flower parade. I started collecting old rain boots from thrift stores. Bright red, yellow polka dots, kids' boots with cartoon characters. Drilled drainage holes, filled with soil, and planted flowers that match their personality. Red boots got geraniums, yellow polka dots got marigolds. What I didn't expect is the emotional response. People smile, kids giggle, adults get nostalgic. Hang them on fence posts, line walkways, or group on porches. Favorite trick? Match each boot color with its plant. Blue with lobelia, pink with petunias. Cost? $2 to $8 per boot. Before we keep going, I want to hear from you. What's the most unusual thing you've ever used as a planter? Drop it in the comments. You might inspire the next video. And hit that like button if you're enjoying these ideas. It helps other gardeners find these tips. All right, let's keep going with 5 more creative planter ideas. Idea number 6. Wheelbarrow Mobile Garden. A $5 yard sale wheelbarrow lined with landscape fabric became my most charming mobile garden. I filled it with lavender for heights, petunias spilling over sides, and basil in the middle. The brilliance, it's portable. Sun shifts, roll it. Storm coming, wheel it under cover. Rearranging, it moves with you. That chippy, weathered look adds cottage charm. No restoration needed. Cost, $5 to $20. Idea number 7. Hanging gutter herb garden. 2 sections of vinyl rain gutter with capped ends and drainage holes mounted to my fence, instant herb garden. Long and shallow, perfect for basil, cilantro, parsley, and chives. The white gutters against my dark fence created a sleek architectural look. Friends thought I'd hired someone. By summer, I was harvesting fresh herbs daily. Cost, $15 to $25. Idea number 8. Vintage suitcase planted memories. An old leather suitcase from an estate sale lined with plastic, poked with drainage holes, and planted with roses, pansies, and trailing ivy. On my front porch, it became an instant conversation starter. The magic? Theme your suitcase to its history. Vintage travel case? Exotic flowers. Child suitcase? Whimsical blooms. It works with toolboxes, hat boxes, and picnic boxes too. Just line well and ensure drainage. Cost? $5 to $15.
Idea number 9. Stacked stone rustic tower. Flat stones collected from my property, stacked in a circular tower with gaps, filled with soil, and planted with creeping thyme, succulents, and alpine flowers. Within a month, blooms poured from every level. The natural look makes it feel like it's always been there. Stones retain heat, creating a warm microclimate for plants. Pro tip: start with larger stones at bottom, angle slightly backward for stability. No mortar needed. 3 years later, it looks better every season. Cost, free, or $20 to $40. Idea number 10. Repurposed kitchen sink planter. Our old white porcelain sink set on stacked bricks, drain plugged with a gap for drainage, filled with soil and planted with nasturtiums, sweet peas, and lobelia. Clean, classic, unexpected. Old sinks have drainage, depth for any plant, and incredible durability. Find them at salvage yards or restores for next to nothing. Cost, $10 to $30, or free if you save your own. Okay, we're halfway through. Which idea has surprised you most so far? Let me know in the comments. And if you know someone who says they can't afford nice planters, share this video. Let's prove creativity beats budget. 5 more brilliant ideas coming your way, and these are my absolute favorites. Idea 11. Ladder-tiered plant display. An old wooden ladder too rickety to climb, laid flat against my fence at an angle with potted plants on each rung. Instant vertical display. Each rung creates different height levels, making small gardens feel larger. Painted to match your style, white for farmhouse, black for modern, or leave it weathered. Hang small pots from rungs with S-hooks, or drape trailing plants over sides. Cost, free, or $10 to $20. Idea number 12. Bicycle basket rolling garden. An old yard sale bicycle, rusty, missing a seat, propped against my fence with the front basket filled with trailing petunias and ivy, the most whimsical garden feature ever. Bikes have personality. They tell stories. The basket is perfect depth for annuals, and the sculptural bike creates impact with minimal plants. I painted mine turquoise. Kids point, adults photograph it. It's a neighborhood landmark. Cost, $10 to $25. Idea number 13. Wine barrel half-barrel classic. A half wine barrel planted with dwarf Japanese maple centerpiece, surrounded by trailing ivy, creeping jenny, and seasonal flowers I swap year-round. These barrels are substantial, 24 to 30 inches across with enough depth for almost anything. They anchor garden beds and work in any style. Pro tip: line inside with landscape fabric before filling. Use furniture dolly before adding soil. Barrel planters can weigh 200+ pounds when planted. 5 years later, still stunning with beautiful weathered patina. Cost, $40 to $80. Idea number 14. Hanging basket chandelier garden. An old metal chandelier frame hung upside down from a tree branch with hanging baskets attached to each arm, a suspended garden chandelier that looks like a fairy tale. Planted with trailing petunias, fuchsias, and ivy at different heights, it creates layered, cascading color. Key: hang from something sturdy, thick branch, pergola beam, or heavy-duty hook. Multiple planted baskets are heavy. At night, I wrap it with fairy lights. It's magical. Cost: $10 to $20 for frame. Idea number 15. Galvanized bucket grouping. Galvanized metal buckets in various sizes, some from hardware stores, some from flea markets, drilled drainage holes, filled with soil and planted with single color family, all white petunias and dusty miller for clean elegance. Grouped in odd numbers, 3 here, 5 there, at different heights. Why it works? Repetition creates cohesion. Same container style in varied sizes looks intentional and designed. Pro tip: weather them with vinegar spray for instant patina. I change plants seasonally. Tulips in spring, petunias in summer, mums in fall, evergreen boughs in winter. Cost: $5 to $15 per bucket. And there you have it, friends. 15 brilliant planter ideas that prove you don't need expensive containers to create a stunning garden. From colanders to boots, from ladders to chandeliers, your garden can be as creative and unique as you are. What I love most about these ideas is that they invite you to see the world differently. Suddenly, that old wheelbarrow isn't junk, it's a garden opportunity. That thrift store suitcase isn't clutter, it's a conversation piece waiting to bloom. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 15 planter ideas are you most excited to try? Are you going to hunt down an old bike, stack some tires, hang a chandelier garden? Drop your answer in the comments below because I genuinely love hearing what speaks to you. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and share it with a friend who loves gardening as much as you do. Let's inspire more people to get creative with their outdoor spaces. If you're not yet subscribed to Daily Garden Fix, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next creative garden solution. We're here every week with ideas that make gardening easier, more affordable, and a whole lot more fun. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of this community. And remember, the best gardens aren't built with money, they're built with imagination. Until next time, keep growing, keep experimenting, and never underestimate the power of a creative planter. Happy gardening, everyone!